Obviously, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Queensland Law Society auditorium for the launch of a unique and valuable publication. I welcome many great and honourable guests here this evening, and a number of lawyers that are also here. The Honourable Member for Griffith, Terry Butler, joins us this evening, and also the MP for Morayfield, Mark Ryan. Thank you for joining us. For those that don't know me, my name is Craig Mason, and obviously I'm going to be the MC for this evening, if I haven't worked out already. We will have some other speakers. We will hear from the author. Everyone relax. Now, in preparation for tonight, I did a bit of reading on the internet, and I found a quote from Ernest Hemingway where he said that when talking about authors, the real seriousness in regard to writing is one of two absolute necessities. The other, unfortunately, is talent. Now, that's not intended to be a joke. We know of the talent of the author of this book. Obviously, the achievement to write this book and the effort to have the book published is truly a wonderful achievement. We're obviously here to celebrate the launch of the book. And I hope you are as thrilled as I am to be here to be part of the launch. Just quickly, I had a discussion with one of my friends talking about Jeremy's book and the achievement of being a published author. And my friend told me a story about his brother-in-law who said to him one day, "I want to be a great author." And my friend said to his brother-in-law, how do you define great? And he said, "I want to write stuff the whole world will read. Stuff that people will react on a truly emotional level. Stuff that will make you scream, cry, howl in pain and anger." Apparently he now works at Microsoft writing error messages. I will shortly invite Dr. David Dugan to the stage. Now, David has worked with countless businesses. Too many to count, although if you ask him, he does know the exact numbers, so feel free to ask him. He works with Jeremy and I from a business coach point of view, and he also provided the foreword to the Business Legal Lifecycle book, which obviously you're holding in your hands. So I welcome David to the stage.
Good evening. Welcome to the Business Lifecycle book. I'm very privileged and honoured to be here tonight. This has been a seed that's been in Jeremy's mind for 3-4 years when we originally started, and it's great to see it to fruition. Anyone who's ever written a book before, there's a lot of work that goes into it. This book, though, is something that I believe is in high demand in the business community. As Craig was alluding to, I work with over 1,160 businesses in a one-on-one relationship and several thousand in group settings. And what I know is that this book is not out there in the marketplace. I read through it and I went, wow, I thought I knew a lot around this space, but there's a heap of stuff in here. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure. Wherever you are in a business, your business life cycle, you can actually see where you are and actually see, more importantly, what's coming up in the future. I believe that things are getting faster than they have before in the business community. Technology is moving faster and business is moving a lot faster. One of the great things about being in business is you get to test and measure when things, marketing and when team things don't work, you can do better, leadership you can do better. The only problem with the legal side of the business is you sometimes only get one shot at it. You only get one shot to sell business. You only get one shot to set up your structures right. If you screw that up, then you can be in a lot of hot water. So this is one area that I see in business as a great need to get it right. And no better person than Jeremy, because not only does he know the law, but he's someone who's walked the path himself. He has grown a business from scratch. We've been working now for 4 years, and he started from scratch, he and Craig and an assistant, and they've grown a business, a very successful business. And this here is sort of proof of the pudding of what they've done, working with the hundreds and probably thousands of business owners that you guys have worked with as well. I encourage you, if you're a business owner or know someone who's a business owner, this should be something that should be in everyone's library. This should be something that's a reference book that they can look at as a guide, as a pathway for them to chart their future. It's come time, I think, now. Now's the time that we need to hear more about this. I encourage you to get as many of these books as you can possibly get from Jeremy. Pass it out to your friends who own businesses, because this could save their butt. Outside the book, it's been fantastic to see how well, how well Craig and Jeremy have grown their business. And I think I was just listening and talking to the crowd here that when you refer someone to someone else, one of the best things you get is, a great result for them. But as someone who refers a lot of people, there's nothing better when you refer someone, they go, wow, thank you so much for that. That really made a difference and they really helped me out. And one of the things that I love about always sending someone to the SMS team, and it was verified here tonight as well, is that they not only do they know their stuff from a legal place, they come from a real place of heart, a real place of doing the right thing and making sure that their clients get served well. I'm going to leave it at that, and I just want to say thank you, Jeremy, for adding a lot of value to the business community. I can see this being a book that will be in everyone's shelf, so well done, good job. And with that, no further ado, let's keep applause going for Jeremy. Here we go.
All right, well, thank you everyone for attending. As Craig said, thank you particularly to Terry Butler, MP, member for Griffith, for coming, and Mark Ryan, MP, member for Morayfield, for coming as well. It means a lot that you guys have made the time to come here tonight to help celebrate the launch of this book. I'd like to thank a few other people. Obviously, Craig. Craig and I have been in business for 5 years. We've been friends for probably 10 years that we've worked together. And we've been through a lot together, and this is the culmination of a lot of hard work that we've done in business and putting together really something that we think will really strive forward for business in the future. I want to thank the SMS team here tonight, and also past SMS colleagues who are here, and past colleagues that I've worked with over the years. It's funny that when you sit down and write a book, you start thinking about all of the lessons that you learn as you go. And your team really helps you learn those lessons, and if you do it right, you can really use their knowledge to make a good book great. And that's what I think I've done with the help of all the SMS team here tonight and the people that I've worked with over the many years. I'd like to also thank David. As David said, we've been working together for 4 years. When Craig and I started with SMS Law, we were lawyers. We weren't business people. We had no idea how to run a business. We identified that early, and we brought David in to help us to manage the business. And David's right, he did plant the seed many years ago to think about a book, and we've worked together to get that to today. And it's funny, we're up to the 5-year mark, and this is when it's the right time to do it. Everyone else here tonight, I've known a lot of you for a long time. I've worked with you, in previous lives as a lawyer, and people even in more recent years. And everything that's in this book, once again, comes from the experiences that I've learned from acting for you guys and for your clients. And what you'll find is there's a lot of case files, as I call them in the book, examples. You probably recognise some of the things, some more than others. But the reason I put them in there is to show people that bad things do happen in business, and good things happen too. And what you need to recognise is it's not the end of the world when something bad happens, and other people have been there before. And if other people have been there before, it gives people an ability to know what to do in the future. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I wrote the book. And can I say first up, the book's not there to replace legal, accounting, financial, and other consultant advice. That's not the purpose of it. The book is there to provide people with a pathway for their business. So what Craig and I did was we sat down and we analysed the 5,000 odd businesses that we've acted for as SMS and our previous incarnations at other firms. And we looked at what businesses did right and what businesses did wrong. And we came up with a business legal lifecycle based on what people did right and when they should do things in business. So rather than do everything at the beginning, we worked out when businesses could do things in a cost-effective manner without causing a lot of problems. And there were 3 problems that we identified that business owners had in relation to legal advice. The first one was not understanding complex legal terms. Sometimes I think lawyers do that deliberately, and so they can hold it over their clients. The second one was people are lost in business. They don't know where they're up to. And as I said before, being able to see examples of where people have been stung by something before helps the learning journey of business, I think, because you'll know that other people have been there before. And the third pain that we see is a lack of planning. People don't have a plan for the business in the future. And it was interesting, after I wrote the book, I started looking into the Productivity Commission report that came out late last year. And one of the interesting findings I found in it was that they said that 95% of business failure was a result of something other than money. So we often think that business failure is because the company's run out of money, or they've gone bankrupt or insolvent. The Productivity Commission said it was about 94-95% of business failure was for another reason, and the main reason that they identified was the lack of planning. And so I think that this book comes out at a really good time with that, because one of the key things that the book does is it gives people a plan of where they should go in the future. So just going back to the three pains that we identify with a lot of businesses. The first one, complicated legal terms. I fight my inner lawyer throughout the book, and I try to explain legal terms as simply and as clearly as I possibly can, so that business owners can understand what it is their lawyer's talking about. Often we go to barbecues and a lawyer might go, "Oh, you need to buy a sole option agreement," and the business owner goes, "What's that? I've got no idea." So I try to explain those, I do explain those things in a clear, plain English manner, so people understand what they're actually doing. The second thing, and I've alluded to it before, is to provide examples so people can identify where their business is at for the future. So one of the key points is, so that when you read the book, you can go through and go, okay, my business is here. And you can see what you should have done and what you should do in the future. So it gives you not only the chops to put in place to build a successful business ready for sale, but also a plan for the future. And that's one of the big things that we wanted to do in the book. You'll see at the end of every chapter there is reference to questions and things that you need to have in place before you move on to the next phase. And throughout business, we've found that those are the things that people need to have in place to be able to successfully move to the next phase of their business. So that's all I wanted to say about the reason I wrote the book. What I'd like to ask everyone to do tonight, once again, thank you for coming. We're going to send out an email in the next week or so with a link to the Amazon page. So the book's about to be going to about 60 bookstores and around Australia and published online. And I would really love if everyone could take some time to write a review of the book on Amazon for me. It'll help the credibility of the book, and it will also show people that it's not just some lawyer in an ivory tower, as David says. It's written in plain English, and people can have confidence in that there. So what we're going to do is in the next week, once the Amazon store is set up, and I think it's either done today or tomorrow, we're going to send out a link, and I'd really like if everyone could have a few moments and just write a quick review for me. If I get some good ones good enough to go on the back cover of the book, because it's always good to have a few quotes on there, then you'll get your name on the back cover of the book. So there's an encouragement to everyone to write a really good review for me, please. All right, well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I hope you enjoyed the book, and enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll hand back over to Greg.